Look at that.
Somehow I thought this would be bigger.
Hello.
Hey, it's Cake.
And Whimsy.
And we are here at Roseland Cottage today because they're doing a free open house tour thing.
It's a special surprise Cake and Whimsy outing.
I'm even wearing pink in honor of Roseland Cottage.
Which is called the Pink House, or did you just say that?
No, I think I called it Roseland Cottage, so.
It's colloquially known as the Pink House. So our first stop on the tour is these amazing gardens.
Well, one fun detail is that over there, that white fence you see is the first job Dan was ever fired from.
It required a bit of precision. It required a bit of precision painting, and I was not a super precise and careful person, and evidently my supervisor thought that I was just deliberately slopping paint all over the concrete pilings and was not very pleased with that.
And while we're out here, that is Roseland Cottage.
If I had to guess, I'd say this was sometime around the Newport Mansions era. It has a lot of those same sort of features to it. So we are on site. Our tour is going to begin in about 15 minutes, but they are not going to allow us to film during that tour. So we wanted to give you a bit of a shot of the gardens and the gazebo and some of the exterior before we have to turn off and go to just snapshots. So these are some wonderful little sculptures. So this is the gazebo. I like the vines covering it and stuff. I'm particularly fond of that girl to the left of it. Hey Jess, we haven't showed off your skirt today, have we?
We have not.
Jess made this herself.
Today's just made skirt.
This is the little embroidery tea party skirt. Give us a twirl, a slow twirl I guess, but all little animals having tea. Thank you, Jess. It's kind of cool. I like it. I'm going to continue on through here. Look at the little labyrinth in there. I'm going to get up high so you can see the labyrinth. Because somehow I think that makes a difference, right? I like the little paths on the way through.
Better block.
The little gate saying, you can't get through here. I'm 1.5 feet tall and I'll stop you.
Clearly, I could never, ever see. It's just too tall.
You know what, Jess? You need one of the drink me or eat me things.
I need an eat me
and
one.
then it'll be a perfectly sizable gate for you. This is a labyrinth maze garden that you can't actually do the maze in.
You can't go into or escape from.
But there is a tour of it that they offer, so I'm guessing at some points you can do that. Hey Jess, we found another plaque. This is a National Historic Landmark. The Henry C. Bowen House. 1992 it became a historical landmark.
Why doesn't it say Roseland Cottage anywhere on that plaque?
Right? Doesn't even mention Roseland. And a possible conflict of information here. This says Roseland Cottage, 1846. I don't know if I want to believe the plaque made out of metal and stone, or if I want to believe that the sign you could have made up as staples. This is very pretty on the outside. I might have to back up a little. I can't get much in. Wow. Look at that. That is impressive. Those look like you should stand next to there, Jess.
For scale.
For scale, and because those are evil queen colors right there.
They're what? Evil queen colors?
Those are evil queen colors.
Line up so that I can do,
Right? Your next Disney villain. Jessica, the evil stepmother. The cottage shall be hers. Look at that. Kind of reminds me of one of those French cottages that you might see illustrated in Beauty and the Beast.
I wonder if they're like lead glass or lead pane windows or
Or lead paint, or lead anything.
We should look them.
What we found in the backyard. The color scheme seems a little off, but we wonder if this might be where they hold their concerts on the lawn. So we were just told that this over here is an ice house, this is the wood house, but that this was the presidential privy. Evidently, at its day, the nicest privy available, and possibly built for one of the president's visits back then, so that there would be the height of style. So there you have it, a presidential privy. We're about to go on our tour. We won't be able to film the rest of this, but come on in with us. Hey, look, Jess.
What?
I'm taller than you.
Not quite.
Finally. What do you mean, not quite? Oh, don't you start doing that now. Give me this.
Okay.
Give me this.
Okay, you can have it.
Come on. Relationships are all about compromise.
Are they? Or are they about winning?
You know, it's probably a little bit of both.
It's
Yeah,
a little winning.
I feel like winning has to happen at a certain amount in proportion, but... So, a good day.
Yeah.
We had a lot of fun at Roseland Cottage.
It
The
was
Bowen House.
Hope you enjoyed the collection of photos.
Yes, as we mentioned, they didn't allow us to actually videotape inside.
Yeah.
But there'll be some collage of photos versus video from the outside. Who knows? I will add, it was a bit of a frustrating experience.
It was.
This is a place that I felt like I owed it to the place I live in to go visit, because I've been around this place my whole life and never gone inside. But at the same time, even though they had a free open house, they did not make it easy for us to get in, and did not, at certain points we were very, I don't care if it's free, I'm just gonna go home.
And it's super fancy. I mean,
very fancy.
Very cool.
Consider it on a lower scale level of like doing something like visiting the Newport Mansions or something. It is not quite that extreme, obviously, but within Northeast Connecticut, this guy was a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
So there were several presidents that came to visit this house. There were he was evidently the quite a big deal in New York, in Manhattan area. And there was, this was his summer home. And he managed to save a lot of the institutions of this area.
The tour is about an hour long. Just so you know, if you decide to go and do the free one next year, or if you go for one of the paid tours, it's long.
It doesn't need to be that long. It just is that long. But also, weirdly enough, once you get in, they lock you in. They are very, very afraid that someone will stray away and steal some artifact of 100 years ago.
I think they're more afraid that someone is going to touch it. Nothing is behind ropes or under glass or anything, and I think that they're just desperately afraid. You have to put little booties, protective booties on before you go inside. You get reminded many times not to touch or lean on anything.
Its big claim to fame is that it is one of the best preserved examples in this country of Gothic revival. That's the word I was looking for. So there's that. They only did the tours on the hour, and we kept coming between the hours, and it took us about 3 hours to finally get there, get our tour, and that kind of stuff. So that was a little unpleasant, but it was a fun tour. Including, and you'll see pictures of it, but I wasn't able to film that either, the oldest bowling alley in this country. So yeah, so old they use wooden balls.
And the pictures you saw of the wall is also very interesting. It's called Lin something.
The idea is wood pulp with linseed oil that gets mashed in to make raised areas of the wall that have substance behind them as well.
And then painted with lead.
Like
you do.
And then gilded with various metals and that sort of thing. So it was pretty neat.
Yeah.
I've never heard the thing described before. So.
And apparently we saw pictures of what it used to look like, which was shiny and immaculate and golden, and now it looks like a dark wood almost, and apparently that is from rust.
Oxidation.
Yeah.
Our old friend. It gets you whether you're dead paper on a wall or whether you're a live person.
So that was that.
It was a lot of fun. If you're in the area and you happen to have some time to kill, that's a fun way to do it. Make sure you come on the hour.
So let's eat some cake.
I don't have any cake to eat.
Let's make some cake.
I don't know if I want to make cake right now.
How are we gonna frost cake if we don't have cake?
How about we just frost the cake?
The non-existent cake?
Yes.
It's
a metaphorical frosting.
We'll frost the mind cake.
This is a metaphorical frosting.
Let's frost the
Let's metaphorically frost
cake.
the cake. Good enough.
Okay. Good night.
Night.